Good morning, y'all. I was thinking about this recently, and I feel like other people, especially people that are new to spirituality, hoodoo, working with deities, and all that stuff. Y'all gotta excuse me. I only been awake for like about an hour. So, with spirituality, a lot of people always talk about. Oh yeah, these is done. A lot of people always talk about using discernment when it comes to working with deities and for your ancestors to be essentially your first line of defense. But I know that doesn't necessarily work for everybody. So some people go to deities first because they don't know how to connect with their ancestors, or they don't know any of their ancestors. With that being said, respectfully, I want to speak on Saint Expedite because that man is an absolute character. 1:11 on the clock. So when I was in the process of going through all my mom's stuff and packing, I kept seeing Saint Expedite like crazy. But I would notice the only time that I would see him is when things were emotionally heightened. When I was sick of where things were, I was sick of how things was going. It was very much like a get out of jail free card, but there was fine print. And one day I smoked. I said, "Yo, what's up? What's up?" Like talking to my people, and they were just like, and I was sitting there, and it's like after talking with them, that shit hit me. I said, I only see Saint Expedite when I am in a heightened state of emotion. Literally, that's the only time that I had been noticing. I seen him. Like I would see him every blue moon and then, but mm-mm. And that's when I got to thinking. I said, "Is Saint Expedite a trickster spirit?" Because you confirmation sneeze. But I was like, Saint Expedite gotta be a trickster spirit, because baby, what? And lo and behold, I look it up. Is Saint Expedite technically considered a trickster spirit? And they say, yeah. Mm-hmm. Very much so. So it's like, Saint Expedite be tricking when he be tricking, but he will definitely trick your ass, especially if you new to the game or you don't really understand him. Saint Expedite will get your ass. That's why a lot of people be like, I left him the offerings and I did this and that and the third and he didn't come through. Baby, that's because he was playing you. He was playing you. Now, crazy enough, momentarily, I did work with St. Jude. St. Jude definitely comes through. St. Jude definitely comes through. Unexpected ways, but baby, he comes through. You hear me? So it's like, y'all, that's why, too, even in the beginning of the journey, it can be crucial, even if you don't have ancestors you can connect with. It can be crucial to develop your intuition and developing your sense of discernment and building a closer relationship with your spirit. Because in the very beginning, deities know everything's bright, everything's magical, everything's fun. And they know how quick you will be to give them offerings. Even though with some of them, you have to give them some of the offerings now, some of them later. Some of them, you give all the offerings up front. Some of them, you give them the offerings at the end. But I just wanted to put this disclaimer out there because, baby, if y'all not grounding yourselves when Saint Expedite is popping into your life, you gonna get God. Plain and simple, you gonna get God. And it's like, one thing I've noticed just from observing, other people's stories, Saint Expedite can be very selective with the people he chooses to help, rightfully so. Some motherfuckers just be wanting help because they don't want to do the work. And some people, like, they genuinely need the help. Like, it could be a life or death matter. It could be like, look, I need this shit handled ASAP. Like, ASAP. And it's like, I don't know, even though he is a trickster spirit, after sitting down and having that conversation with my people and really just sitting up observing him, Saint Expedite also gives the vibe of it ain't tricking if you got it. You know, he's like that trick that you keep on speed dial, and whenever you in a bind, like really in a bind that you cannot get yourself out of, he is the one that you call. But beyond that, baby, don't let that man play you, cause he gonna play you out some offerings and he gonna walk off laughing.